We're joined now by Florida Governor Rick Scott. Governor Scott, first of all, thank you for being here with us today. We just saw some pictures of the vigil in downtown Orlando last night, one of several, in fact, in the city yesterday. First and foremost, for you, what has it been now to have had what happened here happen and to have seen the aftermath?
Well, it's been hard on this community. I talked to families the last 2 days. I cried with a lady yesterday who lost her son. He bled to death. Somebody came in and explained. One of the other young people with him explained how he died. I talked to a man that had 3 gunshots in his back. Talked to a father who was not focused on losing his son as much as what are we going to do to change this? This is an attack on our gay community, our Hispanics. When are we going to say enough is enough? We lost Stephen Saltloff. In 2010, he was beheaded by ISIS. When's enough that we're going to do something about it? We're going to absolutely destroy ISIS. I'm tired of this. This is our country. We need to know who's coming to our country. We need to destroy ISIS. We've got to change the direction of this country.
There have been questions about possible missteps by the FBI in their prior investigations of Omar Mateen. It has led to a bigger discussion of how to stop lone wolves when in fact they are lone wolves. What can be done?
I think the first thing is we need to say we're going to destroy ISIS. We're going to have a concerted effort. This is not just an attack on a gay nightclub. It's not just attack Orlando or Florida. It's an attack on our nation. We have to, as a nation, say we're going to destroy ISIS. We're going to say radical Islam. You do not belong here. You're not going to radicalize the people that live in our country. And but we've got to get more aggressive at doing that. We got to share information. If you're going to send a refugee to my state, share the information with law enforcement so I can keep our law enforcement safe. That's what I mean. Our community is safe. That's what we need to do.
You mentioned the gay community. Again, this was an LGBT nightclub that he targeted. There are dozens that he killed here. We are in Pride Month. Florida has a big, healthy population of gay and lesbian people. Will anything be done to ensure, specifically in this month, that they will remain safe?
Every citizen has got to say to themselves, if I see something, I call law enforcement. See something, say something. So law enforcement can do their job. If you have concerns about safety, call law enforcement. We have great police chiefs, police departments, sheriff's department, Florida Department of Law Enforcement, but they can't do it by themselves. You've got to show up and call. But I don't ever want this to happen in my state again. I want it to happen in my country again. I want to say, this is the end.
You requested a federal state of emergency be declared by the president. What's the status of that?
I've not heard anything. A staffer called me yesterday. I asked her about it, and they said that they'd sent it the right process, but we have not heard anything. I declared a state of emergency in Florida. I did this to make sure we shared all of the state resources with the local, so we do everything we can to get this community back to work. We're going to get back to work. Orlando's a great community. The state's a great place. We have 20 million people. We'll have 110 million tourists. This is a great place to be and visit. But the federal government needs to show up and do their part.
Have you spoken with the president?
No, the president hasn't called. President Bush did call. He called and said his and Laura's prayers are with us.
The president is scheduled to be here on Thursday. What will you hope to say to him when he arrives?
Well, he's not reached out, but what I'd say is, first off, declare a state of emergency for our state. Focus on destroying ISIS. Do the best you can with vetting everybody, and if you can't vet these people, don't let them into our country. This is our country. They don't have a right to come in here. So vet anybody that's going to come into the country and then share it with my local law enforcement so I keep my 20 million citizens safe, my 100 million people that come to my state safe. We have a wonderful state. I want everybody to be safe.
You said that. This was the deadliest mass shooting in the history of this country. And yet we are also in an election cycle. Get you out of here on this one. We have seen this in the last 24 hours already be politicized. It has become political fodder, if you will. What do you make of what's been said by the presumptive nominees with regard to what happened in your state?
Sure. I think what everybody ought to think about is the mourning with the families right now. We're still getting families worried about their funerals, getting to see the bodies of their loved ones. People are still going through surgery. That's the most important thing. But then as a country, we have to say to ourselves, we're going to take this seriously. and we're going to say this is enough. We're going to stop this violence. We're going to destroy ISIS. That's what I want the two nominees to talk about.
You mentioned in declaring a state of emergency for your state, the ability to share resources. To the best of your knowledge, had the FBI discussed with the local police department here its knowledge of Omar Mateen?
Well, there's a great sharing of information. The FBI, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, the sheriff and the police department. There's still information they're working out. This is the middle of an investigation, but they're working well together.
Are you satisfied with what we heard from FBI Director James Comey with regard to the investigations into Mateen in the past?
I talk to families. Families want information. There's never enough information out there. I think every family I talk to say they want as much information as possible. And what I think what our community is saying is, we all agree where we ought to go. Let's all do it now. Let's destroy ISIS. Let's vet the people that come here. Let's share information.
With regard to gun control measures that can be taken, legislation and the like, where do you stand specifically with the ability of Omar Mateen, having been twice investigated by the FBI, to have legally purchased the firearms he used?
Well, the Second Amendment didn't kill anybody here. Evil killed people. ISIS, radical Islam killed people. That's who did it. So now what we need to do is focus on destroying ISIS. And I think everybody agrees, destroy ISIS. Focus on getting rid of radical Islam.
Governor Scott,
Hi.
very much appreciate it.
Thanks.